Good morning, my beautiful diamond. SheilaTruelove here with you this fine Friday morning, TGIF. I'm listening to this parent here, and how many of us can identify with what she's saying when it comes to, our children? They are living our life. You remember how our parents kept warning us to try to keep us out of harm's way. Now that we're more mature, we understand what was going on when it came to our parents uh, telling us certain things, and I don't know. We just had to learn. Some people had to learn things the hard way. Some people don't always have to learn it the hard way. I remember me going to a Christian meeting, and there was two women who they seem to just learn from listening to their parents. But then a lot of us, like me myself, I'm not going to try to put myself on a high horse like I'm above it all. No, honey, I had to learn a couple of things the hard way too. But let me share this with you, actually two of them, where there's a father who's actually throwing his daughter out. She's 16 and she's pregnant. And he's throwing her the hell out. I was going to share something else with you first, but no, I'm going to share this with you. His father's actually throwing her out because she wouldn't listen. How many times did this father tell her to stay away from that dude? He's no good. She didn't want to listen. What is your take? Would you do this to your... I don't know if... I would never throw my daughter out. That's not happening. If she didn't listen, whatever, child. It happens to the best of us. I'm not throwing my daughter out, especially if she's 16. No, pregnant? That's crazy. But this is the father, and yet he keeps saying, I love you. Whatever, honey.
Stuff and get out my house, young lady. You think you grown? You gonna go behind my back and get pregnant? You only 16 years old. What do you think you is? All the stuff I bought you, you didn't give me that. You didn't take none of my stuff with you at all. You think you grown? Don't come back home. That's what's wrong with y'all young girls nowadays. Y'all want to get pregnant and do all this crazy stuff like it's all cool. I need my shoes too. Give me my dunks. Where that phone at? Give me that phone too. You think you grown? You gonna go out here and get pregnant behind my back? Ever since your mom died, you been acting real different like you grown. You don't understand. I love you. I want all my sons. You gotta get out of my house today.
You love me, but you throw... I guess that's what they call tough love. But I love you. And she lets him know I don't have anywhere to go. But my question is, where's that Dusty who got her pregnant? Where is he at now? Well, I think we all know.
A man's relationship with his
stuff and get out my house, young lady. You think you grown? Get all them clothes in that bag right now. Get all them clothes in that bag. You gotta get out my house. You think you grown? You gonna go out here and get pregnant behind my back? You don't understand, young lady. These men out here, they don't love you. These little boys don't love you. I love you. I'm your daddy.
What?
I brought you in this world. I understand. You ain't taking these dunks. See, I need my dunks. All this is mine. You're not taking none of this mine. Since you grown, had a little boy buy you something. Had a little boy buy you some clothes and shoes. You think you grown? You think you just go behind my back and get pregnant? You think you're gonna be living in my house? Laying up in my house? You think that's how life goes? Life don't move. Young lady, listen to me. That's all I want you to know before you leave and get out of my house. I love you. These young boys out here, they don't want nothing but one thing. I don't know where you're going to go. You're going to have to get out of my house today, though. But one thing I'm going to tell you before you leave, I'm going to give you a life lesson. I'm going to let you know this. These young boys out here, they only want one thing from you, sweetheart. I love you. And ever since your mom died, I've been doing everything for you by myself. Trying to be a good man. Trying to be a good man. I'm trying to show you how a man supposed to love a woman. That's why I do everything I do for you. Because I want you to be good and like, go do something for yourself. Go to college. I didn't go to college. I got a GED.
Now, my thing is, I don't know the whole scenario here, but maybe the father did try to talk to the girl. But you have so many of these girls these days, especially, they're hard-headed. They don't want to listen. They think they know more than God. They know more than Jesus. And they know more than their parents. Do I think that he'll eventually... But he got her packing up everything. That means it's over, babe. Dad ain't joking. Oh, whatever, child. Would I do this to my child? No, never. But then that's how women are. You know how we are. emotional beings. No, actually, we're just, well, I don't know, child. I no.
I'm working hard. I'm sorry. You gotta understand, baby. I'm working hard for you every day. You gonna go behind my back and get pregnant? You know how that make me feel? You know how that make me feel? I love you. You're my daughter. So I don't understand. Look, you gotta listen to me. We're gonna worry about all that later. You think you're grown. You're pregnant now. You know, when you get pregnant at 16, where I'm from, where I grew up, you a grown woman. I'm gonna help you out, but you gotta leave my house today. I don't know where you're gonna go. You probably have to go to the little boy house that you think you're going with, and you think he's wrong. You gonna let him do all that and get you pregnant and ruin your life? So you got all these college offers. You're ruining your life. You can't play volleyball no more. You can't play softball no more. You just ruined your life, baby. And I'm just telling you this out of the love of my heart. I love you. I want you to do big things with your life. But you're going to go behind my back? Behind your daddy's back, I do everything for you. I got you a new iPhone. I bought you some new shoes. I got you a car outside. When I was 16, I didn't have a car.
I got you new shoes. I bought you new this. I provided for that. But did you give her what she really needed, Dad? Was you providing for her spiritually? You see, this is why I constantly keep telling everyone, you're so busy worrying about how this man is going to provide for you financially. Your number one thing as a man is to be a spiritual provider, because when you're a spiritual provider, hopefully it would help her to avoid things like this. Now, I didn't listen to my mom on everything. I didn't. And I'm not going to act like I'm holier than thou. No. But when it came to my virginity and when it came to me giving birth to children out of wedlock, that wasn't going to happen. I lost my virginity to my husband. My hair is looking crazy. And I had my children, way before I was married, way before I thought about having some damn kids. So at least those two things I listened to my mom on. There's many other areas that I didn't listen, because when my mom kept trying to tell me how bad people were and people always have a hidden agenda and be careful, Sheila, blah, 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 I didn't listen because I just couldn't believe that people are really that bad, Mom. Maybe you're exaggerating, or that's how it was for you. That's not how it's going to be. You know how we do. That's not how it's going to be for me. Yeah, okay. Now I have a mother here, parenting young adults. My daughters are living my life. Kids, sometimes they have to learn the hard way. It is what it is. I hear you.
I'm just trying to figure out why history is repeating itself, because there's no way that my daughters could be living the same life that I lived when I was in my 20s. Like, what? What's happening? What's happening?
I hear you, honey.
I did it already. Girl, don't go that way. I know that way. There's nothing down that way. Don't go that way. Because I'm just trying to figure out why, sis. This is why I can talk to you the way that I talk to you. This is why I can give you the counsel that I give you, because I did it already and it sucked. It was horrible. This is how I ended up with 3 kids under the age of 24, because I went that way. This is why I ended up in very horrible relationships. This is why I ended up in horrible jobs. This is why I ended up with a bad car. This is why. Because I went that way already.
Yeah, trying to warn you.
They're not listening. And listen, mothers with daughters, I feel you. I see you. I am you. We in this together. I may not know you, but I promise I'm praying for you. I'm lifting you up. Because these kids, these young adults, it's triggering. It's triggering. Watching my daughters in their young adult life is like watching myself, and I cringe at every turn. I cringe at every situation. I cringe at the thought of having to call my father to say, Daddy, I'm so sorry. I wish I could call my mama and tell her how sorry I am. Girl, I am sorry because I gave you a run for your money. Because, baby, when I tell you these teenage girls, the young adult girls got me in a chokehold. I gotta laugh to keep from crying. I must. Because I feel like just yesterday I was looking in these little big beautiful eyes that were like, Mommy, I love you, and Mommy, can you show me, and Mommy, can you help me, Mommy, and now, Ma, I'm gonna call you later, and it's like 3 days go by and I don't hear from her. Or Ma, I'm going out and I'm doing my thing, or Ma, I'm paying my bills, or Ma, and Mommy don't exist. Mommy don't exist to these kids.
It's true.
So for all you mothers that are struggling with your daughters, I'm saying teenage, but it's really hard for me to believe that my kids are already in their 20s.
Yep.
It's hard.
You know, but I realize that as they go through more and more in life, they will start to appreciate you, appreciate their parents more and more. And, like when it came to my son, he made a video showing how much he appreciates me, and he had no idea of how many sacrifices I had to make, or that parents make. He gave a shout out to all the single mothers out here, especially the single mothers, and even some mothers who have husbands in the house, because we know 9 times out of 10, it's the women who are doing the most, which they shouldn't be doing that. 50% of the child rearing should go to the father. 50% of the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry. You doing your own laundry, by the way, because I'm not doing that, and I'm not ironing nobody's clothes. You doing that too. Yeah, I'm paying 50-50 of the bill, so you need to kill that noise when it comes to what my a role is, and who came up with these roles anyway. Who made that? Oh, male patriarchy. That's right. But anyway, it's not easy being a parent. It's not. Now, let me share this here with you briefly. When your children do eventually mature and grow up, yes, hopefully it gets better, parents. Just don't stop fighting. Don't stop trying. Don't give up on them. Keep on fighting. And like I said, providing spiritually is the best way, the most important way to provide for your children. Oh, yeah. I mean, it really had me crying at home when I was looking at it. And then I thought about it while I was in my office, and it had me crying also. Yeah. But you know that there's such a thing called tears of joy. Yep. And this video brought me so much joy. Allow me, please, to share this with you. It's so true. Here is my son.
And I had to do this video. I had to come home and do this video as a thank you to my mother. I was thinking about my mother and how she has made so many different sacrifices for me growing up. I have been thinking about how she was never really able to lean into her feminine energy because she was so busy trying to protect me. Truth be told, growing up, I was never taught how to protect myself. And personally, I feel it's a father's job to teach his son how to defend.
You can trust and believe I did try my best to teach him how to protect himself the best way I could as a feminine, as a woman. You know what I mean? I remember trying to teach him how to fight, him and his sister, to look out for each other. And that almost got me into trouble. Trust me, that almost got me into trouble. It did get me into trouble for a minute. It's a long story, but that's another video. Trying to teach him how to stand up for himself. And if you see your sister in trouble, what are you going to do? My daughter, if you see your brother in a fight and how you're going to handle it. And in the process of me trying to teach them how to fight, that created a whole new video. But anyway, let me skip on further because it shows that they do eventually grow to appreciate things.
A young man. Without a father.
Let me see.
I bet you that it's over maybe, I would say 80%. 80%. And I'm low. I was raised on love, on valuing education.
Yep, this is what I raised him.
Learned. I was raised on love. I was raised on valuing education. I was raised on spirituality and the importance of spiritual food. I was not raised on boundaries. And my mother did her absolute best. And, looking back, I have no... Every situation that happened as a result, I let it go. My mother, I am so grateful for her. I really am, because she tried her best to instill certain principles and to protect me, but she never really got a chance to lean into her own feminine energy. As I mentioned earlier, she was too busy out here trying to teach me how to defend myself as a young man, And when you really think about that, how so many single moms out here do not have the benefit of a partner, and they have to abandon their own nature. They have to abandon their own nature as women, trying to raise men children and trying to make sure that these men children are well adjusted, are masculine, but at the same time tender, are strong, but at the same time vulnerable. Whew. Mom, I gotta say this to you. If you are watching this video, thank you. I never really knew how hard you had it. I never really knew until this very moment, and I don't know what clicked, but something clicked, and it made me realize just how many sacrifices, just how much you love me, and also how many sacrifices you had to personally make that other people didn't even know. Maybe you yourself didn't even know that you were making a sacrifice of your femininity in order to help me realize my own masculinity. Oh. When you realize that, when that hits you, everything your mother ever did to you, every argument, every disagreement, every issue has been obliterated by grace and also insight, awareness, and empathy. Empathy, insight, and awareness has lifted that curse of blaming your mom, blaming you this, blaming, why did you blame? My mother did the best that she could with what she knew. And knowing what I know now, I don't have a child right now, but knowing what I know now about what it means to raise children, especially in a world like this. Single moms out there, you all are amazing. You are amazing, and I have to praise you. I have to celebrate you, because if no one told you today, you are amazing. You are amazing, and I hope that God continues to bless you. I hope that he lifts you up and he helps you. The scriptures say that God is definitely there for widows and fatherless children. Those who are fatherless, those who don't have the benefit of a partner, of a father. God is there for you. He's there for you. And I just had to put this message out there because it just never really occurred to me how many sacrifices my mom made. How many sacrifices and how many sacrifices she continues to make. And I'm thinking that right now I am an adult, right? Her job is done. I'm hoping that she can go back and reclaim her feminine energy. I'm hoping that she can actually lean into her softness, have an opportunity for a soft era, a gentle era, and not always have to fight battles. Single moms always got to wage war, and then you wonder why they're hard. You wonder why they're not as genteel. You can't be, especially when you're raising boy children. You have to teach them.
Well, you get the gist of where I'm going with this. It is so true. It's rough.
For me,
it's rough.
To believe that I got to sit back and just let them be adults. I'm not in charge of them no more. I'm not responsible for them anymore. And they got to make their own decisions.
Yes, they do. But keep on fighting, Ma.
Oh.
Keep on fighting, Ma. Don't give up.
It's so hard.
I hear you.
It's so hard because I know that when I was 20, 21, 22, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I guess it's my turn. It's my turn. I can't tell these kids nothing. And I just got to lift them up in prayer and ask God to protect them even when they're not with me. I got to ask God to protect their hearts, protect their minds, help them make good decisions, to keep them even when they make the bad decisions. My God. Remain encouraged, Mama. Remain encouraged as you try to guide your young daughters, your young adult daughters in the right direction. You know, they ain't never lied when they said you could lead the horse to water, but you can't make them drink them.
That's right, girlfriend.
Drink it.
That's right.
Oh, baby, it's hard to lead them, too. It's a struggle. You like, get your butt over here. Get over here.
And like this mom is saying, we're not trying to stop you from having fun, but, you know, it's just that we've been down that path. We already know what time it is. We already know what's up, and we're trying to protect you. But like she realizes, you know, like I keep saying, the most important thing that a woman, if she still wants this marriage thing or she wants a man, you better hope that this man knows how to provide spiritually. You notice what my son said? He was raised on love, education. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, honey. I wasn't playing when it came to that education. In fact, for every A that you got, I would give them $10. And this was way back when. $10 was a lot. For every B that you got $5. My son was busting it out. If you come in with a C, you get nothing. You get nothing. You get Jack. That's what you get, Jack. You know, my daughter, she did her thing too. You know, my daughter was more street smart opposed to scholastically. You know what I mean? Or book smart. But she's smart too. She's a registered nurse. They have careers, you know. I had goals set for my kids, God-fearing, smart, well-spoken. I wanted them to have careers instead of jobs. And I wanted them to know how to take care of themselves in my absence. Every single thing, thanks to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ, I couldn't have done it without them. Spiritual, providing spiritual, Christian meetings, Bible study, family meetings. Every Saturday, like clockwork, we had our family meeting where we sit and say, what's troubling you? What's going on? Let's clear the air for the week. And you have to be consistent. There was times when I fell off. Oh, yeah, I had my issues too. Trust me. I had issues, but it's always nice to know that you have children who eventually mature.
And they're like, no, I want to go this way. And you're like,
excuse me, beautiful lady. They do mature and grow up. And they will hopefully have some appreciation. You can tell when your children are starting to mature by the appreciation and the gratitude that they develop in life. I got to get ready to get to the office right now. I love you very much. And I hope this has proven helpful to a lot of you parents. Don't give up. I hope this has been empowering and encouraging for you. I got to go put on makeup and all this other crazy nonsense. But I love you. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. The most important thing is to provide spiritual food, spiritually. Give them that suit of armor, that spiritual suit of armor. So when they go out into this very demonic world, they'll be all suited up and ready and prepared to do battle. I love you again. Jehovah loves you. Jesus loves you. And yes, SheilaTruelove truly, truly loves you too.